Surah 11. Hud. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Alif Lam Ra. This is a divine command whose contents have been made firm and set forth in detail. A command from one who is all-wise, all-aware. That you may worship none but Allah. Verily I have come to you as a warner and a bearer of good news from Him. That you may seek forgiveness of your Lord and turn to Him in repentance, whereupon He will grant you a fair enjoyment of life until an appointed term, and will bestow favor on everyone who merits favor. But should you turn away from the truth, I fear for you the chastisement of an awesome day. Unto Allah is your return, and He has the power to do everything. Lo, they fold up their breasts that they may conceal themselves from Him. Surely, when they cover themselves up with their garments, Allah still knows well what they cover and what they reveal. Indeed, He even knows the secrets hidden in the breasts of people. There is not a single moving creature on earth except that Allah is responsible for providing its sustenance. He knows where it dwells and where it will permanently rest. All this is recorded in a clear book. And He it is who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and before that, His throne was upon the water, that He may test you, who of you is better in conduct. If you were to say, O Muhammad, all of you will surely be raised after death, then those who disbelieve will certainly say, this is nothing but plain sorcery. And were we to put off the chastisement for them for a determined period, they will cry out, what withholds Him from chastising? Surely, when the day of chastisement comes, nothing will avert it, and the chastisement which they had ridiculed shall encompass them. If we ever favor man with our mercy and thereafter take it away from him, he becomes utterly desperate, totally ungrateful. And if we let him taste favor after harm has touched him, he says, all my ills are gone, and he suddenly becomes exultant and boastful. Except those who are patient and act righteously, such shall have Allah's forgiveness and a great reward. O Messenger, let it not happen that you omit to expound a portion of what was revealed to you, and do not be distressed that they will say, why was a treasure not bestowed upon him, or why did no angel accompany him? For you are merely a warner, whereas Allah has control over everything. Do they say, He has invented this book Himself? Say, if that is so, bring 10 surahs, the like of it of your composition, and call upon all the deities that you can to your help other than Allah. Do so if you are truthful. Then, if your deities do not respond to your call for help, feel assured that this book was revealed with the knowledge of Allah, and that there is no God but He. Will you then surrender to this truth? Those who merely seek the present world and its adornment, we fully recompense them for their work in this world, and they are made to suffer no diminution in it concerning what is their due. They are the ones who shall have nothing in the hereafter except fire. There they shall come to know that their deeds in the world have come to naught, and that whatever they have done is absolutely useless. Can it happen that he who enjoyed a clear evidence from his Lord, which is subsequently followed by a witness from Him in his support, and prior to that was the book of Moses revealed as a guide and a mercy, would even such a person deny the truth in the manner of those who adore the life of this world? Rather, such persons are bound to believe in it. The fire shall be the promised resort of the groups of people that disbelieve. So be in no doubt about it, for this indeed is the truth from your Lord, although most people do not believe. And who is a greater wrongdoer than he who invents a lie against Allah? Such persons will be set forth before their Lord, and the witnesses will testify. These are the ones who lied against their Lord. Lo, Allah's curse be upon the wrongdoers, upon those who bar people from the way of Allah and seek in it crookedness and disbelieve in the hereafter. They had no power to frustrate Allah's plan on earth, nor did they have any protector against Allah. Their chastisement will be doubled. They were unable to hear, nor could they see. They caused utter loss to themselves, and all that they had invented failed them. Doubtlessly, they shall be the greatest losers in the hereafter. As for those who believed and acted righteously and dedicated themselves totally to their Lord, they are the people of paradise, and there they shall abide forever. The example of the two parties is that one is blind and deaf, and the other capable of seeing and hearing. Can the two be equal? Will you then not heed? Such were the circumstances when we sent forth Noah to his people. He said, I have been sent to you to warn you plainly. that you may worship none but Allah, or else I fear for you the chastisement of a grievous day. The elders among Noah's own people who had refused to follow him responded, We see you as merely a human being like ourselves, nor do we find among those who follow you except the lowliest of our folk, those who follow you without any proper reason. We see nothing in you to suggest that you are any better than us. Rather, we believe you to be liars. Noah said, My people, if I base myself on a clear evidence from my Lord, and I have also been blessed by his mercy to which you have been blind, how can we force it upon you despite your aversion to it? My people, I seek no recompense from you. My recompense is only with Allah, nor will I drive away those who believe. They are destined to meet their Lord, but I find you to be an ignorant people. My people, were I to drive the people of faith away, who will protect me from the chastisement of Allah? Do you not understand even this much? I do not say to you that I possess Allah's treasures, nor that I have access to the realm beyond the ken of perception, nor do I claim to be an angel, nor do I say regarding those whom you look upon with disdain that Allah will not bestow any good upon them. Allah knows best what is in their hearts. Were I to say so, I would be one of the wrongdoers. They said, O Noah, surely you have disputed with us and have prolonged your dispute. Now bring upon us the chastisement that you threaten us with. Do so if you are truthful. Noah said, Only Allah will bring it upon you if He so wills, and you will be utterly unable to frustrate that. If I want to give you good advice, it will not profit you if Allah Himself has decided to let you go astray. He is your Lord, and to Him will you be returned. O Muhammad, do they say that He Himself has forged this message? Tell them, if I have forged this, the guilt of it will fall upon me, but I am not responsible for the crimes you are committing. It was revealed to Noah that no more of your people, other than those who already believe, will ever come to believe, so do not grieve over their deeds. And build the ark under our eyes and our direction, and do not supplicate me concerning those who have engaged in wrongdoing. They are doomed to be drowned. As Noah was building the ark, whenever the elders of his nation passed by him, they would scoff at him. He said, If you scoff at us, we too scoff at you in like manner. You will come to know who will be struck by a humiliating chastisement, and who will be subjected to an unceasing torment. Thus it was until our command came to pass and the oven boiled over. We said, Take into the ark a pair of every species, and take your own family except those who have already been declared as unworthy, and also take everyone who believes. But those who, along with him, had believed were indeed just a few. Noah said, Embark in it. In the name of Allah is its sailing and its anchorage. My Lord is ever forgiving, most merciful. The ark sailed along with them amid mountain-like waves. Noah, spotting his son at a distance, called out to him, My son, embark with us and do not be with the unbelievers. The son replied, I will go to a mountain for refuge and will save me from the water. Noah said, None can save anyone today from the command of Allah except those on whom He may have mercy. Thereupon a wave swept in between the two, and he was drowned. And the command was given, Earth, swallow up your water, and heavens, abate. So the water subsided. The command was fulfilled, and the ark settled on Mount Judai, and it was said, Away with the wrongdoing folk. And Noah called out to his Lord, saying, My Lord, my son is of my family. Surely your promise is true, and you are the best of those who judge. In response, Noah was told, Most certainly he is not of your family. Verily, he is of unrighteous conduct. So do not ask of me for that concerning which you have no knowledge. I admonish you never to act like the ignorant ones. Noah said, My Lord, I take refuge with you, that I should ask you for that concerning which I have no knowledge. And if you do not forgive me and do not show mercy to me, I shall be among the losers. It was said, Noah, disembark with our peace and with blessings upon you and upon those who are with you. There are also people whom we shall allow to enjoy themselves for a while, and then a painful chastisement from us shall afflict them. We reveal to you these accounts of matters that are beyond the reach of perception. Neither you nor your people knew about them before this. Be patient then. Surely the good end is for the God-fearing. And to Ad we sent their brother Hud. He said, My people, serve Allah. You have no God but He. In attributing partners to Allah, you have merely been fabricating lies. My people, I seek no reward from you for my work. My reward lies only with Him who created me. Do you not understand anything? My people, ask your Lord for forgiveness and turn to Him in repentance. He will shower abundant rains upon you from the heaven and will add strength to your strength. Do not turn away as those given to guilt. They said, O Hud, you have not brought to us any clear evidence, and we are not going to forsake our gods merely because you say so. We are not going to believe you. All we can say is that some of our gods have afflicted you with evil. Hud said, Indeed, I take Allah as my witness, and you too be my witnesses, that I have nothing to do with your associating with Allah, others than Him in His divinity. So conspire against me, all of you, and give me no respite. I have put my trust in Allah, who is my Lord and your Lord. There is no moving creature but that He holds it by its forelock. Surely, my Lord is on the straight path. If you then turn away from the truth, know that I have delivered the message with which I was sent to you. Now my Lord will set up another people in place of you, and you shall in no way be able to harm him. Surely, my Lord keeps a watch over everything. And when our command came to pass, we delivered Hud, together with those who shared his faith, out of our mercy. We delivered them from a woeful chastisement. Such were Ad. They repudiated the signs of their Lord, disobeyed His messengers, and followed the bidding of every tyrannical enemy of the truth. They were pursued by a curse in this world, and so will they be on the day of judgment. Lo, Ad disbelieved in the Lord. Lo, ruined are Ad, the people of Hud. And to Thamud we sent their brother Saleh. He said, My people, serve Allah. You have no God but He. He brought you into being out of the earth, and has made you dwell in it. So ask Him to forgive you, and do turn towards Him in repentance. Indeed, my Lord is near, responsive to prayers. They said, O Saleh, until now you were one of those among us in whom we placed great hopes. Now would you forbid us to worship what our forefathers were wont to worship? Indeed, we are in disquieting doubt about what you are calling us to. Saleh said, My people, what do you think? If I had a clear evidence from my Lord, and then He also bestowed His mercy upon me, who will rescue me from the punishment of Allah if I still disobey Him? You can only make me lose even more. My people, this she-camel of Allah is a sign for you. So let her pasture on Allah's earth, and do not hurt her, or else some chastisement which is near at hand shall overtake you. But they slaughtered her. Thereupon Saleh warned them, Enjoy yourselves in your homes for a maximum of 3 days. This is a promise which shall not be belied. Then, when our command came to pass, we saved Saleh and those who shared his faith by our mercy from the disgrace of that day. Truly, your Lord is all-strong, almighty. And the blast overtook those who were wont to do wrong, and then they lay lifeless in their homes, as though they had never lived there before. Oh, verily, the Thamud denied their Lord. Oh, the Thamud were destroyed. Indeed, our messengers came to Abraham bearing glad tidings. They greeted him with peace, and Abraham answered back to them, Peace, and hurriedly brought to them a roasted calf. When he perceived that their hands were not stretching to it, he mistrusted them and felt afraid of them. They said, Do not be afraid. We have been sent to the people of Lot. And Abraham's wife was standing by, and on hearing this she laughed, and we gave her the good news of the birth of Isaac, and after Isaac, of Jacob. She said, Woe is me! Shall I bear a child now that I am an old woman and my husband is much too age-stricken? This indeed is strange. They said, Do you wonder at Allah's decree? Allah's mercy and His blessings be upon you, O people of the house. Surely He is praiseworthy, glorious. Thus, when fear had left Abraham and the good news had been conveyed to him, he began to dispute with us concerning the people of Lot. Surely, Abraham was forbearing, tender-hearted, and oft-turning to Allah. Thereupon our angels said to him, O Abraham, desist from this, for indeed your Lord's command has come, and a chastisement which cannot be averted is about to befall them. And when our messengers came to Lot, he was perturbed by their coming and felt troubled on their account and said, This is a distressing day. And his people came to him rushing. Before this, they were wont to commit evil deeds. Lot said, My people, here are my daughters. They are purer for you. Have fear of Allah and do not disgrace me concerning my guests. Is there not even one right-minded person in your midst?" They said, "Surely you already know that we have nothing to do with your daughters. You also know well what we want." He said, "Would that I had the strength to set you straight, or could seek refuge in some powerful support." Thereupon the angel said, "O Lot, we indeed are messengers of your Lord, and your people will in no way be able to hurt you. So depart with your family in a part of the night, and let none of you turn around, excepting your wife, who shall not go. For what will befall them shall also befall her. In the morning their promised hour will come. Is not the morning near?" And when our command came to pass, we turned the town upside down, and rained on it stones of baked clay, one on another. Marked from your Lord, such punishment is not far from the wrongdoers. And to the people of Midian we sent their brother Shu'aib. He said, "My people, serve Allah. You have no God but He, and do not diminish the measure and weight. Indeed, I see that you are prospering now, but I fear for you the chastisement of an encompassing day in the future. My people, give full measure and weight with justice. Do not diminish the goods of others, and do not go about creating corruption in the land. The gains that Allah lets you retain are better for you if you indeed believe. In any case, I have not been appointed a keeper over you." They replied, "O Shu'aib, does your prayer enjoin upon you that we should forsake the deities whom our forefathers worshipped, or that we should give up using our wealth as we please? Do you fancy that you and only you are forbearing and rightly directed?" Shu'aib said, "My people, what do you think? If I stand on clear evidence from my Lord, and He has also provided me a handsome provision from Himself, should I still be ungrateful to Him and share your error and iniquity? Nor do I desire to act contrary to what I admonish you. I desire nothing but to set things right as far as I can. My succor is only with Allah. In Him have I put my trust, and to Him do I always turn. My people, let not your opposition to me lead you to guilt that would bring upon you the chastisement that struck earlier the people of Noah, and the people of Hud, and the people of Saleh, and the land of the people of Lot is not far from you. Seek the forgiveness of your Lord, and turn to Him in repentance. Surely my Lord is ever merciful, most loving." They said, "O Shu'aib, we do not understand much of what you say. Indeed, we see you weak in our midst. Were it not for your kinsmen, we would surely have stoned you, for you have no strength to overpower us." Shu'aib said, "My people, are my kinsmen mightier with you than Allah, that you hold the kinsmen in awe while you cast Allah behind your back? Surely my Lord encompasses all that you do. My people, go on working according to your way, and I will keep working according to mine. Soon you will come to know who will be afflicted by a humiliating chastisement, and who will be proved a liar. And I too shall watch with you." And when our command came to pass, we delivered Shu'aib and those who shared his faith out of our mercy. And the blast seized those who were engaged in wrongdoing, so they lay lifeless in their homes, as though they had never dwelt in them before. Lo, the people of Midian were done away with, as were the Thamud. And indeed, we sent Moses with our signs and with a clear authority to Pharaoh and his nobles, but they obeyed the command of Pharaoh, even though Pharaoh's command was not rightly directed. He shall stand at the head of his people on the day of resurrection, and will bring them down to the fire. What a wretched destination to be led to. They were pursued by a curse in this world, and so will they be on the day of resurrection. What an evil reward will they receive. That is an account of some towns which we recount to you. Of them, some are still standing, and some have been mown down. We did not wrong them. It is rather they who wronged themselves. And when the command of your Lord came to pass, the gods whom they had called upon instead of Allah did not avail them in the least. They added nothing to them except ruin. Such is the seizing of your Lord, that when He does seize the towns immersed in wrongdoing, His seizing is painful, terrible. Surely in that is a sign for him who fears the chastisement of the hereafter. That will be a day when all people shall be mustered together. That will be a day when whatever happens shall be witnessed by all. Nor shall we withhold it except till an appointed term. And when the appointed day comes, no one shall even dare to speak except by the leave of Allah. Then some will be declared wretched, others blessed. As for the wretched, they shall be in the fire, and in it they shall sigh and groan. They shall abide in it as long as the heavens and the earth last, unless your Lord should will otherwise. Surely your Lord does whatsoever He wills. And as for those who are blessed, they shall abide in the garden as long as the heavens and the earth last, unless your Lord should will otherwise. They shall enjoy an unceasing gift. O Prophet, have no doubt about what they worship, for they worship what their fathers worshipped before. And yet we shall grant them their due portion in full, diminishing of it nothing. And we certainly gave Moses the book before, and there arose disagreements about it, even as there are disagreements now about the book revealed to you. Had it not been for a decree that had already gone forth from your Lord, the matter disputed among them would have long been decided. Indeed, they are in a disquieting doubt about it. Surely, your Lord will recompense all to the full for their deeds, for indeed He is well aware of all what they do. So, O Muhammad, remain steadfast in following the right way, and let those with you who have returned with you to the fold of faith and obedience follow the right way as you were commanded, and do not exceed the proper limits of devotion to Allah, for certainly He is aware of all that you do. And do not incline towards the wrongdoers, lest the fire seize you, and then you have none to protect you against Allah, and then you will not be helped from anywhere. And establish the prayer at the two ends of the day and in the first hours of the night. Indeed, the good deeds drive away the evil deeds. This is a reminder to those who are mindful of Allah. And be patient, for indeed Allah never lets the reward of those who do good go to waste. Why were there no righteous persons among the generations that passed away before you who would forbid others from causing corruption on earth? And if such were there were only a few whom we had saved from those generations, or else the wrongdoers kept pursuing the ease and comfort which had been conferred upon them, thus losing themselves in sinfulness. And your Lord is not such as would wrongfully destroy human habitations while their inhabitants are righteous. Had your Lord so willed, He would surely have made mankind one community. But as things stand, they will not cease to differ among themselves and to follow erroneous ways, except for those on whom your Lord has mercy. And it is for this exercise of freedom of choice that He has created them, and the word of your Lord was fulfilled. Indeed, I will fill the hell with jinn and mankind altogether. O Muhammad, we narrate these anecdotes of messengers to you that we may strengthen your heart through them. In these anecdotes come to you the truth and an exhortation and a reminder for the believers. And do wait for the end of things. We too are waiting. All that is hidden in the heavens and the earth lies within the power of Allah. To Him are all matters referred for judgment. So do serve Him and put in Him all your trust. Your Lord is not heedless of what you do.